but this is a question that every human being asks herself or himself, what happens to me when I die? And that's a question that our ancestors were asking.
Gilgamesh story was all about.
All about death, yeah.
The first book ever written was about fear of death.
Yeah, fear of death. It's just a fundamental human characteristic. And some ancient cultures, like this one, like the ancient Egyptians, explored that mystery and began to ask themselves the question, well, actually, what does happen? Does the light just go out and there's nothing left of our consciousness, or does consciousness survive death? And the ancient Egyptians were sure that consciousness survives death and that physical life is the opportunity to evolve our consciousness. I mean, in the ancient Egyptian system, it's rather eerie. There's a judgment scene. I guess we know where the Christians got the idea of the Day of Judgment from. There's the soul is brought into a chamber which is called the Hall of Ma'at. The goddess Ma'at was the goddess of truth and justice and cosmic harmony. The god Osiris sits at the end of that hall, and it's the judgment hall. And the soul is brought in there, and then symbolically, the soul of the individual, represented as that individual's heart, is weighed in the scales against the feather of truth and harmony and cosmic justice. And the question is, you were given the extraordinary opportunity of life in a human body. What did you do with it?
Yeah,
did you use it, or did you waste it?
So the heart, and the opposite is essentially sin, right? What the Christians would look at as
they would probably look at it as sin, and that. But the sin is complicated because around the walls of the chamber sit 42. They're called the 42 negative assessors, and they ask the deceased 42 questions, and they're all to do with moral behavior. Ideally, you should be able to answer no to them, every one of them, although I've yet to meet the human being who could answer no to every single moral lapse. Yeah. But then there's another issue, which is this issue of the precious gift of life, and what did you do with it? And it seems to me that is fundamentally what's being tested. We're giving an opportunity to live this rich and full life in a human body, to be faced with challenges, to be faced with choices. What choices do we make? Our choices define us. Adversity. I honestly believe that consciousness is one of the fundamental aspects of the universe, that it's not limited to bodies, but that it can immerse itself in bodies. And I think we're in a kind of, I can't prove this, but going with the ancient Egyptian view, that we're in a kind of theater of experience here, where we have the opportunity to learn and to grow and develop. And not all of us take that opportunity. You know, many lives are wasted, and our society invests a lot in encouraging people to waste their lives just to pursue goods and services, just to define ourselves by how much we own and how much money we make and the possessions that we surround ourselves with. And all of this is completely, it may be nice, but it's completely fucking trivial. There's nothing lasting about it. It all just fades away and it's gone. So did we get something meaningful and useful out of the life we live? And I think that is the opportunity we're given, is to make mistakes. We're all going to make mistakes, but do we learn from those mistakes? Do we integrate them into our behavior?